No voice. Please turn on the mic. Dinesh, we are unable to listen now. We can listen. Thank you.
Okay, I think we can start. Let's start the today's session. Last week we discussed about how to manage your Python environment. So we discussed about how to install Conda and then how to create an environment and how to backup or how to export your environment. And then also we discussed about how to import an environment. So last week, as you remember, I put environment file into the WeChat group. So I think you guys have imported that. I hope that you all have imported that environment into your Python environment list. So how many of you guys have imported that Python environment into your environment list? How many of you guys have imported your Python environment that I have sent into the group? So if you remember, let me close the presentation. You can open the Anaconda prompt and check. So this is where you can manage everything. This is where you can manage your Python environments. We didn't start coding yet. We just talking about how to managing the Python environment, because this is a crucial thing when it comes to coding, going ahead with the Python. So now we are in a default base. If you all can open this one, because if you have installed Anaconda terminal, Anaconda navigator, you can type Anaconda and there will be two things. One is like the terminal and the other one will be, here you can find the terminal and here you can find the GUI interface. But for this instance, we are going to use the terminal window. You can open this one. All of you can open this one. So if you guys have opened this, you will see something like this. Within bracket base, then C users, then your name, or whatever the name that you have given into your laptop. So now we can check all the installed Conda environments using this command, Conda space env list, and then you can hit enter. So this is the command that we are going to use when we are checking all the environments that we have installed in our Anaconda or the Python management environment. So here we can see, as you can see, we have two environments. One is base, other one is earth science visualization. So if you didn't see this one, that means you haven't imported that environment into your PC. So what's the command to import an environment into your PC? So in my desktop, in this folder, I have an environment. So this is the environment. That means if I double click this one and open, you can see all the necessary packages that required to run this Python environment. So in here, I'm using Python version 3.9 and I need to install Cartopy and then the DAS and Matplotlib, then the NetCDF, H5PY, then the NumPy this version and the Pandas this version and Xarray this version. So all these libraries should be installed under the name of Earth Science Visualization. So this is my environment name and these dependencies, that means these all the packages should be installed. So how we can install these packages using this Conda package manager? So just imagine, I think you all have this file in your PC, right? So how many of you guys have this file saved in your PC? Yes. Because last time I sent this file into the WeChat group. At the end of the class, I have sent this one into the WeChat group. So if not, I can send it again. Let me send it again. So you all can download this one and save it in your desktop or anywhere you like. Because we don't need this file after we installed our environment, we don't need this one. We only need this file for the installation of this environment because these are the libraries that I'm going to use when I'm going ahead with the practical session. To run those codes, you need these same exact versions. Otherwise, the code will not work and it will give you some errors. So that's why we need a package manager like this. Now you will code using the recent versions of the libraries, but after 5 or 3 years, these libraries will be updated into the newer versions, and there might be some changes in the functions that you are going to use. So in the future, yeah. So this is that file. You can double click in here. So if you save that file I have sent into the group, this is the file. So you can double click, or otherwise you can right click and open with you can open this one with the Notepad or Notepad++ if you have. You can try to open. So it will open in Notepad. Okay. So as you can see, now you can open this one and check. So these are the dependencies that this is the environment name that we are going to create, and these are the channels. That mean where you can find these exact packages. So you have to check in Conda Forge. So it will check in the Conda Forge and then it will download all of these necessary packages to create that environment. So now if you have saved this one, now you have to recall where you have saved this one. You need to know this exact path. You can click on here. In the Windows, you can click here. In the navigation bar, you can click. So now it will give you the exact path of that file. Where is that path is residing? Now you have to open that Anaconda terminal, this one, the Conda terminal, and now you have to move into that exact location or where this file path. So now I am in C users Dinesh. If you see something like this, so here we have C users then Dinesh. So now I am in this folder. So now I have to move into desktop and then this folder. But you might, if you have saved this one in somewhere else, it will be different. So now you need to type the exact path where this your file is. So in my file is in C. So I will type CD. So CD means change directory. So this is a basic Linux command, not a Python or something related. Okay. So okay. Now if you have opened the Anaconda prompt, you have to check where you have to save this file exactly. So for the simple use, you can copy this file and save this one in your desktop or anywhere you like. Now you need to know the exact path of that environment file because so you can save this file in the WeChat. You can save that file. So now to take the path, you just need to click here. Don't click desktop or this one. So there's a blank space in here. You can see in this navigation bar there is blank space like this. You can click anywhere in here, and now you can see the exact path. I have seen that one. Because we have a lot of groups in IMSA are named. I don't know how many you guys are in which group. So I will send this one here also. Did you get the file? Now you have to save that thing and then you can copy. Otherwise, you can copy this exact path. You can right click here and then right click here and you can press copy. After copying, you can click here and type CD. After that, you can paste by right clicking your mouse. When you right click your mouse, it will automatically paste whatever thing that you have copied. So now if you hit enter, you can see that your path, the root, the directory that you are in is changed. Previously, I was in C users Dinesh, but now I am in C users Dinesh desktop and IMSA account environment. But you might save it in somewhere else. You can save it in E drive E, C, D, or somewhere else.
For D and E is
It's not all.
it's a D. Factory.
Just try to take that. Now it's okay. Because now it's changed. So if your file is in somewhere else like drive E or anything else, not in the C, what you can type is just type your drive letter. You can see your drive letter here. In my case, I save this file in C. So if you have saved this one in your drive like D or E or something, or as for an example, if you save this one in your drive D, so I will copy this one and save this file in another drive. So I will copy this environment file and I will save this one in D drive. So if I save this one here, I will create a new folder for the environment. And I will paste this one here. So now this file is in D environment. So I will change into this directory. cd, then E environment. So you will see something like this. This is for like if you are the file that I have sent is not in the drive, you can see something like this after you hitting this environment. It's not changed. It's not changed into D environment. So what you can do is you can type D. After that you can put two double dots and hit enter. So now you can see the environment is changed to the working directory is changed into that exact location. Are you all here? Or someone is getting any problem or something? After you go into this location, you can type dir and hit enter. So you can type D. So here, if you are in here, you can type dir and hit enter. So after you type dir and hit enter, you will see all the files in that directory. So that environment file should be there. Just type dir, then you will see something like this. All the files in your directory. So if you see environment.yml, it's okay. You all see this file in your PC? So if you all see this file in your PC, you are good to go, I guess. How many of you didn't see this file in your PC? In that location. If you all see this one, it's okay. Now, what's the command to import the environment? If you guys remember, I have discussed about this command. What's the environment? Activate means to activate the environment. To import something. Activate means to activate another environment. As you can see, Conda environment list gives you all the environment. If I type here Conda env space list, this gives me all the environments that I have installed in my PC. So here I have two environments. You might see only one environment like base, but for me I have two environments. So you didn't see this one because we didn't create this environment. Now we are going to create this environment using that YML file. To create that environment, the code is, if you remember, I said you something like this, conda env create /f, then your environment name. So here our environment name is environment.yml. So I will type environment, then you can hit tab. So you can just type 2 or 3 letters and hit tab. Hit the tab. So it will automatically complete. Now after that you can hit enter. So now it's going to create that environment. That means it will create a Python environment like this Earth Science visualization, and inside that environment it will install all of these files, because for me, that environment is already there. That's why it's not going to install anything. But for you guys, you might see something like installing and all the packages are loading. After you type this one and hit enter, you will see. You all getting error? To work this one, you need to have an internet connection. The first thing you have to check the internet connection. Only one. Only one. So for you, the environment, YAML, yeah, I have already created. Yeah. That means in some cases, just even if you are creating your own environment, after several years, someone might ask how to get output in the description. Then you send the description. Then you are other packages in here. If you open that YML file, you can see. Open that YML file here, you can see. Now there is NumPy. All the libraries and the exact version that you have. Because now that we are here, this libraries will be going to upgrade. When those libraries are upgraded, the functions inside those libraries going to be changed. Sometimes instead of load, then whatever function you are going to use in the record, it might change. The structure of the function might change. Then if you are going to change that just to your friend in the future, you have to change that message. If you have created for the environment that you have for the existing environment, they use this environment. So anything not that in the world, they have no machine. To import that environment in here. Now find and install local. So if you have successfully installed this environment, you can type conda env list and hit enter. Then you will see all the environments that are installed in your PC. So now you will see something like this created in your PC. So now I have two environments. One is base, the other one is Earth Science Visualization. You need to type this command, conda env list. That's the command that we have used. We are using to check all the environments that you are installed or you created or you installed in your PC. Here you can see the currently activated environment. So for me, currently activated environment is base, but I have two different environments. Yeah, to work this one, you need to have internet because from the internet it's going to download all these necessary files. To work this one, you need to have internet because it's going to download from the Conda channel all of that necessary libraries. NumPy, Xarray, and all of these are going to download from the internet. You can close the VPN. This one you don't need to try. Because I think it's correct. You can see these files need down to 100. These files should be down. Yeah, you have to do this. So how many of you guys have done up to this stage? You can use the hotspot. Just use the hotspot. If you are using the VPN, you can turn off the VPN. For this one, you don't need the VPN. How many of you guys got errors? Yeah. It's okay. You don't get any errors. Okay. We will get it every time. It's not very- After installing, then you have to activate that environment. To activate that environment, what's the command that we are using? conda, then activate, then your environment name. So now if you can see, if you have successfully activated your current environment, you will see something like this. In front, you can see, oh, previously I have something like base, but now it's changed into Earth science visualization. That means now I am using this environment for the purpose, whatever the purpose that I am going to use this one in the future. What? Which one? Environment, to change the environment, to activate that environment, you can type this command. To activate the environment, you can type conda activate, then your environment name. This name should be exactly same with this one. So just imagine you have multiple environments. There's another environment like ABC or something. Then you have to activate. If you need to activate that environment, you have to type conda activate ABC.
Suppose I created my file like that, and I will go to all the libraries.
Yeah.
And I will go to share for another.
Yeah.
How do you make this?
Now you need to export this one. It's the export command. Just imagine you have created some library. How to create another? Just imagine you need to create an environment, another environment. How you can create an environment for yourself?
No, I have created my environment.
Okay. If you have created the environment, the first thing you have to do is you need to activate into that environment. Before exporting, you need to activate this environment. That's the first thing.
No problem.
After activating that thing, then you have to use this command. So this is the command if you are going to use, when you are exporting the environment. So now I think you can see. So this is the command that you have to use to export the currently activated environment. So if I run this one, it will export a file name environment.yml in the current location. So now I am in the environment, so it will be exported another environment.yml file into that location. If you run that command, you don't need to run this one. I just after verify it, you have created the whole environment for any other purpose. If you are doing analysis, if you are working in another website, you have two different ways. For the analysis, you can create different environments. So you can create one environment for your work page. That means you have whatever analysis you are going, it's conducted in that environment. If you are doing another research, you can create another environment and export all the necessary libraries to that environment. So it will not complete. Because for one thing you are going to use override. For one environment you are going to use same things like acceleration, number input. But the version of that the exact number, the beta version is for one environment, the beta version might be lower. The next thing you require a higher time that works. Because you will get codes from supervisors and anywhere. Because you can write in anything. But when you try to run those codes, you see that the code is published 2020 then those libraries are much older. But if you install both the libraries, the latest version of those libraries, then you start running that code. It's
Nothing wrong with the YM.
the finding.
The one that's just,
Yeah, then you can write this one, whatever you want to say. Yeah, so this command means on the environment export. That means you export the current environment. It's in here, so you can see. Because I have zoomed into there. So this telling you to export. No field screen. If you export without this one, it will export. But the problem is it will export with the window numbers and their array mark. But if you try to install that thing in another PC, it might give you problems. So that thing you will omit with numbers. That's why we try to this prefix. Then by this prefix means if you omit this one and try to export this one, you will see two different lines. Just let me explain this one by running the code. So you can just simply type this command to export whatever the thing in directory in your directory. So just imagine I am going to export this environment using this command. So this is the simplest command that you can use. So this is the simplest form. So you can see on the environment export environment YMP. But if I do it like this, there might be problems. So you can see in this command, I don't have that no bills / find string. That thing is not there. So it will export this one. If I hit enter, this one will export a file. So I will change this one because this is the file name that I need to export. I will type this one as IMSA 1.yml. So if I hit enter, so who can tell how can you imagine where this file is going to save? In which folder? No, not in the environment. If I run this code, who can tell me that where this file is going to save? It will create a IMSA.1.yml, but the location where is the location going to save? So this is my current working path. So that file is going to be saved in my D environment. So if you are in somewhere anywhere else, you can see your exact path in here. Before this one. On the environment, you can see your path. That means your currently working path. So if you run this command, that file is exported into this folder.
I've been using Python in 3.12.
Yeah.
3.1.
Yeah.
And I think it is the problem. Because the folder is not running. It requires the create and create. It requires create and create. And I'm trying to flow. Yeah, then take a look at the privacy. Then this is law or damage. But one of them is only 3.1.
But when you install it, it's creating a different environment. It's okay if you install Python like you download the Python tool and install Python, it's okay. Online is going to create its own environment, and inside there it's going to install Python. So I think if you there might be some conflict. Okay. So if you are using a VPN, just try to turn off the VPN and try to run the VPN.
your file should be YML.
You can type anything, but at the end you should type like .yml. The file format is YML. before that you can give whatever the name you like. So if I hit enter, so it will take a while to generate that file. Now I see nothing in here. It doesn't give me anything. But if I move into that folder, so D environments, you can see that file is created. But if I open this one, you can see there are some things like this. So I'm going to send this one into someone else, right? So if I send this one into someone else, at the end you can see, at the end of this one, you can see there's a thing called prefix. So just imagine I'm going to send this one into you and you're going to import this environment. But now it's going to try to create this that environment in this exact location. But in your PC, you don't have something named after users, you don't have a folder named Dini. So it will give you an error. So now we need to remove this one from the file. And here also you can see after the version numbers, there's a equal mark and then the builder numbers. So we need to remove these things also. To remove those things, we need to type those additional things. So to remove those marks, we need to use the other command. We have to use this command. So in this command, you can see the difference between these two commands. So here I am telling just export this environment, but here I am telling export, but no bills, and then find the string, just remove the prefix from there. So I can run this command also. If I type like, I will rename this one into IMSA 2. So you can see the difference between the two files. So I will type IMSA2.yml and hit enter. Okay, now it's also exported into that exact location. If I move into my folder, I have two different files. So I will open this one also. So if I compare these two side by side, so this is the second file and this is the first file. So now you can see the difference between the two files. So here in the second file, I don't have these builder numbers. And at the end, I don't have that thing named the prefix. See, I don't have that thing. But in the first file, I have that prefix. Otherwise, you have to manually remove those things. So this is the command that you should use when you are exporting the files, not the first one. You have to use the second one. When you export in the files, don't use this one. Use this one. Don't use this. So I think you got the answer for your question. So how you can okay, how we can add additional? Just imagine if you need to add more additional commands into this one. Just imagine I need to add another library into this one, this environment. How I can do this one? Yeah, conda install, then my package name. So this in this environment, I need to install Jupyter Lab. Because if you type like something like Jupyter Lab, it should load the Jupyter Lab command inside this folder. But now it's not loading. It's because I didn't install Jupyter Lab inside this package. So if you open that environment file and if you closely check that file, you didn't see something named Jupyter Lab or something else like that. So now I need to install that Jupyter Lab inside this Earth Science visualization environment. So how I can install that one? So I can just simply type Conda. So if you don't know how to install this one, just simply you can type like you can search either on the internet or something you can search. So the basic command structure is like conda install, then your package name. This is the basic structure. So I will type conda install. So now it's searching on the internet and downloading all the required packages that required to run the Jupyter Lab.
You must prefer this alarm.
It's because you can see the difference. Inside the Jupyter Lab, you can run multiple different Jupyter notebooks. Yeah. Yeah. But before installing any libraries inside your exact environment, you need to activate that environment. That's the very first thing. You need to activate that environment. If you are working on a new environment, first thing you need to create the environment, and then you have to activate that environment, and then you can deal with that environment. In this case, you use whatever the environment that I created, and you imported that environment into your PC. So now you can see downloading these all the necessary libraries. So if you are, as you can remember, when you importing that library, you see a similar interface like this. So it's going to download this all the requirement dependencies, and then it's going to install that thing in your environment. That means the Jupyter Lab in your environment. Yeah. So if I need to open a Jupyter Lab window in this environment, I can simply type like Jupyter Lab. Now it will load. Jupyter Lab in your like browser. Inside the browser it will load. But if you need to change your working directory, maybe you have to code, and that code is not in that directory. So I will send a sample Python notebook. So you can download that thing and copy it into your PC. So I will send a sample notebook. So you all can try to download that notebook I have sent into the group and save it somewhere in that. Just save it inside the folder. So I have sent a sample Jupyter notebook file that ends with IPYNB. That's the extension for Jupyter notebook. So you can try to save this one in your PC. So this is the file I have sent into the group. So I will save this one in my, I can save this one in any drive. You can save it in any drive you like. You can create a folder and then you can save it there. I will save this one in D, the same folder environment. So I will save that file into that place also. So now that file is there. So if I go into the D environment, so I have this IPy, the Jupyter notebook file. So you should see something like this. So, and also you need to remember the folder path. So in here is in D environment and the file name is this one. So you need to pay your attention into this one. So where your file is, where's your file? So now you need to double check this location with this one. Let me clear this in now here, whatever the thing here. So clearing. So you have to check in here. So my path is D environment and that file also in there. So I can check whether it's there or not by typing dir and hit enter. So if I type dir, I can see a file with that name. So my Python notebook is inside the directory. So if you save somewhere else, how you can move into that directory? So cd, then your folder, path of your folder. You have type cd, then your folder path. Let me close this one so you can see what I am telling you. So I will close that window now. I will open the Anaconda prompt. So I will open the Anaconda prompt again. So whenever I open the Anaconda prompt again, it switching back into the default environment. So you can see it's in base. But where did I save that file? I have saved that file in drive D under the environment folder. So I will copy this folder path from here. So you can press here and select and then right click, copy, and then you can move back into the Anaconda command prompt and then you can type cd space, then you can right click into your folder and then you can hit enter. Now it's not changed, but you can type your drive letter with 2 dots and hit enter. Now it's changed. So now if I type dir, it's in that directory, but I am not using that environment. So I need to activate into my environment. So I will activate, I will see all the environments Conda list, then Conda env list. So it will give me all the environments. Then now I need to activate. Now I am in that directory. So now I can run Jupyter Lab. To run the Jupyter Lab, I can type so I think there should be a tab like this. So to run the Jupyter Lab, you can type Jupyter dash then lab. So it will take some while to load all the necessary files. So after that, you can see it's loading a window like this. If your Jupyter Lab is installed successfully, this kind of window might appear in your PC. This kind of window should appear in your PC. If not, you can click on one of these lines. So you can, as you can see, when I hover my mouse over these 2 links, I can click those links and it will open inside the browser. So this is the command to run the Jupyter notebook. Oh no, not notebook, Jupyter Lab. So this is the command. When you type this command and hit enter, you didn't see anything in your script. That means you don't install Jupyter Lab in your environment, or you are not using the environment where you have installed the Jupyter Lab. So you have to double check those things. How many of you guys have worked with me up to this stage? Yeah, it comes here, but you don't need you remember that thing. You don't need if you close this one, it's okay. Now the Jupyter Lab is open in your browser. Now if you close this one, it's not going to work. You should keep open this terminal. You shouldn't close this one till your work finished in here. So you need to keep open. You don't need to, if you close this one, it's not going to work. If you close here, you can see it's still running. Here you can see it's still running. So whatever the thing that you are going to, if you click something in here, it's going to change. In here you can see to work this one, because this is a server. It's running locally in our PC. To run that server, we need to keep this we need to open this terminal. Like you cannot close this one. You need to minimize this one. What the thing that you can do is you can minimize this window. Go and close this one. If you close this one, it's not going to work. So now you can minimize this one, and here you can see this one. So I open this one in that document place. So that's why here I can see my folder that the sample file that I have sent. First notebook, ifile.nb. So here you can see this one also, the working directory in this side and the launcher in this side. So here you can open you can open a Python IPyKernel, that means a Jupyter notebook, and also you can open a console window, and also you can use these other things like you can open a terminal, you can work with the text file, and you can work with the Markdown file, and you can use simple Python file, that means py file, and also you have this one, the contextual head. So this is the thing that I was talking about you. If you need to know about a function, how many arguments you need to pass into that exact function, you can use this one. So it will show you what are the arguments that function is going to use. So we will discuss about this one in the future class. So now you can open this notebook. So here we are going to discuss about the things that you need to know about Jupyter Notebook. So here you can see in the Jupyter Notebook we have file. From in the file we can open new console, notebook, or terminal, or text file, or Python file. And we can create and save. If we need to launch a new launcher, we can create a new launcher. And if we need to open a path or open a file from the URL, we have that option. And after that, we have the edit. Control C, that means you can undo whatever the command that you are running in your cells, and you can redo the commands. Like it's just like Word. In the Word also you have these things. You can cut the cells, copy the cells, and just keep these shortcuts. It's better to keep in your mind these shortcuts. So we have the key combination for the shortcuts also in here. And then we have view. In the view, we have activate command palette. So in the command palette will be much more useful when you are dealing with the functions that you never heard about. You can type the function name in the command palette and it will give you the entire description about the commands that you are going to use. And in the run, you can see that means when you need to run the command, you can use this script. So if you have an entire, if you have a Jupyter notebook where your scripts are written in the cells and you need to execute all the cells, you can select these commands. Like if you press in here, run selected cells and below, insert below, it will run all the cells where your mouse is. Just imagine I have multiple cells in here and I need to run this, whatever the things after this cell. So I can go run, go into the run and then hit run selected cells and below. So it will run all the cells underneath that cell. So here we have the kernel. So if you need to stop any kernels that which are running, because you can work with multiple kernels. So if you need to stop one file, then you can go into the interrupt and you can shut down that kernel. So here also we have tabs. So it's because we can activate multiple tabs in here. So if I have several notebooks, I can open several notebooks in here in a tab window. And then we have settings. Here you can change the theme. That means if you are like with the dark color, you can change it into Jupyter Lab dark. So it will change into the dark color. And you can change whatever the settings that you like. From here you can change. That means the basic settings of the interface. Then you have the help. If you need to know about the Jupyter Lab, you can go here and search about those things. So here you have the current working directory. On the left side, here you have the current working directory. So this is your current working directory. So because in the terminal I mentioned that I need to open a Jupyter Lab file in this folder. So I type like Jupyter Lab. After this location. First, what I have done, I have moved into my environment at the beginning. What I have done after opening the command prompt, here I type, I need to change my working directory into D environment. Then I have activated that Conda environment using this command. That means I am activating that command, that environment inside this directory. So now I can run Jupyter Lab inside that directory. That's why in the Jupyter Lab, I can see that location. Here I only can see in the root location is giving me only these files. Because if I move into the file explorer in here, I can see the list of that files in here also. It's only showing me those files. Then in here we have, you can see we have multiple tabs in the left side. So the second one is open tab. So here if you have opened several tabs, it's just like the internet browser. If you need to open several tabs, you can see this is my first tab, this is my second tab, this is my third tab. It's just like that. You can open several Jupyter notebooks like this, and it will show you as the list like this. If you need to close those tabs, you can either close it from there or you can close it from here. And it's showing me the currently activated kernels. From here, I can see Python 3 IPY kernel is running. As you remember in the presentation, I discussed like you can work with multiple kernels, not with the Python alone. If you remember this one, I discussed like Jupyter name comes from this one. It's like you can work with R also inside the Jupyter Lab. If you are working with R script, you can work inside the Jupyter Lab. And there's another one named like Julia. If you are working with the Julia, this is especially for the computer science students. If they are working with that Julian script, they can also run that kernel also. So that's why we have an interface like this in here. If you are using multiple kernels, it will show all the kernels in here. Then we have the markdowns. This one is like table of content. If you need to navigate with your code, because I will discuss about this one. Here we have code, markdown, and row. If you remember in the Word, you have option to like headings. You can do like headings, subheadings, and those things. So it will appear in here. So if I need to move into any section in my notebook, just imagine I need to move into hierarchical organization section in my code. So I can either scroll to that location or I can simply click here. See, when I click here, it takes me into that exact location. So if I need to go to the literature analyzing Jupyter notebook, it will take me there. But to do that, you need to do like markdowns in your code. So this is the table of content, like it's the navigation panel. So this is the navigation panel. And there's another tool like this is the extensions. You can add extensions. In Chrome, you have multiple extensions. Like when you use Chromes, if you need to close the ads in the YouTube, you are using ad blocker or something. That's the extension. So you have additional features like that. You can use several extensions. Here, I'm not going to talk about the extension, but you have the facility. If you see something named extensions, you can import those extensions into your code for further modifications. And in this side, you have two. Here you have two icons, settings, and then there's a icon named a small icon like a bug. So this one is much more useful. So here you can see variables, breakpoints, sources, kernels. So variables, this one is the important part in here. So if you enable this one, whenever you import a data set in inside your script, as you remember, I talked about like you have to print that to view that data set, you need to type print. Otherwise, it's not showing the data that you are dealing. So you import a data frame. That means I will discuss about the Panda in the upcoming session. Panda is a data frame that you can extract data from Excel files, text files, or .cdf. You can export it into a tabular data file. So when you export those data into a variable name, it will give you all the variable names, the data types that you have imported, and you can view. the data type and what kind of data is there in this panel. So here we have another one named property inspector. So this one is to inspect whatever the properties that you mentioned in these cells. So we will discuss about it in the future classes when the practical sessions begin. So here I give you a sample script. So in this sample script, you can double click. Whenever you need to activate, you can see how you can activate a cell. So to activate a cell, the simple thing you need to do is like go ahead and double click in here. So here you can see when you need to add a code cell or row cell or markdown, or you have three options. One is to add the code, and the other one is to add the markdown, and the other one is to create row. What's the difference of these three types of cells? Cells mean when you writing the if you have worked with the Jupyter notebooks, you know you can import all the necessary libraries inside the one cell. Then you can create another cell. And in that cell, you can do like importing the data. And then you can execute that cell. Then you can create another cell to do whatever the analysis you are going to do with that data. Then you can open another cell to do the plotting part. So these cells are from there. If you running code, that means it's a code cell. If you are adding some like important nodes, what you are going to do with this script, the following script, you can put whatever thing here. It's just like a node. Just imagine you need to put a node. What you are going to do with the following code, you can just click on Markdown. So it's not going to execute. It's a Markdown cell. And the row cell mean you can paste the code in here, but that code is not going to run. When you hit shift enter, that cell is not going to execute, but that code will be there. So when you are doing a modification, just imagine you have a code, but you are going to do a modification into that cell. So what you can do, you can insert row cell and copy that code into that cell, and you can modify the code cell without affecting into the original content in the code. So in the future, you can use that code again. So this one is, so here also you can see the currently activated cell. So the currently activated cell is highlighted. Here you can see in the blue color. So now I am working with this cell. So this cell is a markdown cell. So this is a code cell. So you can see when I click here, this is the activated cell and it's changed in here. So if I press here, it's a markdown. So if I press here, it's a code cell. So if I press here, it's a row cell. So if I hit shift enter, this code is not going to execute. So I think you got an idea about these three different ideas like code, markdown, and row.
But markdown and the row are like this, are like similar.
They are like similar, but if you can see, when I double click in here, you can open this notebook. In your PC, if you are installed the Jupyter notebook, you can open this one. So this is a markdown cell, right? But you can see something like the beautifully, you can see this one is highlighted in bold color and those things. But if I double click here, it's not like that. This is the original code. So if you need to add heading or something, you have to use double hash. So if I delete this one hash and hit shift enter, so now it's in a different type of heading. So here I give you the hierarchy. So if you need to add something like heading 1, you need to type only single hash and then whatever thing you can type. So here let me insert markdown cell. So if I type something, so I will insert a markdown cell here. I change this one into a markdown. So if I type hash, then whatever the thing, this is a heading, H1 heading. So I will type H1 heading and hit shift enter. So you can see it automatically change into a heading. So what's the advantage of using these headings? In this one, the navigator window, now I can see this one. This is the heading 1. When you are dealing with a large script, you can easily navigate by using this one. So it's better to use, this is actually useful when you are dealing with a large number of huge code. So it will be easy to navigate in the future. So if I need to add like a subheading, a subsection, then I can type like, I will change this one into a markdown cell, and then I type like double hash. This is H2 heading. So if I hit shift enter here, you can see. So the H2 is under H1. If I minimize H1, the H2 is minimized. So you can know like it's like the subsections. And also we have other things like if you need to do something like this, a bold. If you need to bold a section, you can use 2 star marks. If you type something in between 2 star marks, 1 star, you can type something. So this text will be bold when you execute the markdown. And if you type 1 star and then you type something and if you type star, then so this content will be iterative.
Is there any of in that function? When you are typing that type?
First, you need to insert a markdown cell. First thing is you need to insert a markdown cell. Just imagine if I need to insert a markdown cell before this one, so I can click this plus mark. You can see insert a code cell, or you can. So now I have inserted a code cell, but the first thing is I need to change this one into a markdown cell. Then I can type whatever thing I need. If I need to have this topic in first heading mark. If you type something like this, it will be appear like this. But the problem is you cannot use the navigator window. See, it's not appearing in the navigation bar. In future, if you are dealing with a huge script, you every time you need to find a section, you need to scroll. But if you do like markdown in here, in the future it will be much easier for you to navigate. So we can go ahead with the tomorrow, like we can go like discuss about the basic Python syntax tomorrow, and if we have the time we can go with the NumPy, and then we can go ahead with the like NumPy package, the basics of the Python, like basic Python commands, and then the basic NumPy commands, and then you have to know about something related to Pandas, and then matplotlib. Then we can go ahead with like a full script. Yeah. Yeah, if you need to create a new one, you can go file, new notebook. So it will create a new notebook for you, and it's asking what terminal should be used. Like it should use like Python 3, because here I didn't install other kernels. If I install like R and the rest of the kernels, it will appear. But you need, because we are going to use Python, we use Python 3 IPy kernel and then hit select. Now in your workspace, you can see untitled IPy, this one is created in that working directory. So now I can work with this one like hash importing all the libraries. So this one will be marked down and hit enter. So The attendance. Okay, you can try to play with this code and inspect about like the markdown cells and then the code cells and the rest. Like here, you also can insert equations. You can see when you insert in the equation, you have to type it like this. But if I execute this one, it appears to be like this. The equation is appearing like this. But to make it like this, you need to type this. The equation like this slash begin, then within the bracket you need to specify that you are going to start working on the equation. Then you can type the equation e to the power x equal sum I equal from 0 I equal 0 to infinity, then the fraction 1 divided by this one. So the markdown cells are important to know whatever the thing that you have done in the following code. And the next thing is like it will be useful with the navigation. So I can navigate easily inside my code. So that's the advantage of using like markdown things. So you guys can scan the QR code. So we can wind up the session for today. So you guys can scan this QR code for the day.
Whether it's not on the 6. It's not on 6. We got some time. 5 minutes. How do we? And I go start. Yeah.
Don't switch off.
I saved it here.
I like programming.